That is not a soundtrack I'd expect to hear from this show.
Rainbow Dash must have gotten up early for once and cleared all the clouds away.
The fact that he says "for once" says a lot.
Does my breath stink?
Not more than usual.
Come here! Hurry! Before she gets you!
Pinky, if your main goal is to be quiet so that Zecora won't hear you, you are doing an awful job.
I'm not alone in the dark.
If they were all here, then how would Rarity, and probably also Fluttershy, not chilling behind Twilight and Spike when Pinky's showing the flashlight at them?
Did you see her, Twilight? Did you see Zecora?
Apple Bloom, I told you never to say that name.
Well, they say it another 50 plus times in this episode, so I think you know just how bullshit that sentence will become.
And then a bunch of you flip out for no good reason.
No good reason?
Yes, Applejack, no good reason. I mean, she is being excluded from literally every part of Ponyville now for a reason I bet she's completely unaware of.
Why, as soon as my sister saw Zecora riding into town, she started shaking in her little horseshoes.
Did not.
So I swept her up and brought her here.
I walked here myself.
For safekeeping.
Jesus Christ, who would have believed Applejack's overprotective message somebody to watch over me all started back in season 1? Does Applebloom have bottom eyelashes here? I mean, she usually has top eyelashes, but these don't look much like those. What, she got middle eyelashes now or something?
Not from that creepy Zecora.
She's mysterious, sinister, and spooky.
Twilight is me in this scene.
Will you cut that out?
And again.
Just look at those stripes. So garish.
She's a zebra.
What?
A zebra. And her stripes aren't a fashion choice, Rarity. They're what she was born with.
Okay, I could have maybe excused everything else in the beginning, but that one's just plain racist. She's literally just like, wow, this different species looks in a way that I think looks ugly. Now just apply that sentence to humans and...
That's just it. She lives in the Everfree Forest.
How the fuck do you know where she lives?
Bye! Sorry. The Everfree Forest just ain't natural. The plants grow.
Animals care for themselves.
And the clouds move.
All on their own. And that wicked enchantress Zecora lives there doing her evil stuff. Oh, she's so evil. I even wrote a song about her. Here we go.
Alright, I'll give it this. This song isn't horrible. Not great, but not horrible.
And what will she do? She'll mix up an evil brew, then she'll gobble you.
Twilight is still me.
Wow, catchy.
It's a work in progress.
This is all just a lot of gossip and rumors.
Credit half of the role?
What exactly have you actually seen Zecora do?
Well, once a month, she comes into Ponyville.
Ooh.
Then she lurks by the stores.
Oh my.
And then she digs at the ground.
Good gracious.
Believe it or not, Twilight is near perfect in this episode, her reactions and all.
Yeah, every pony likes to shop. You know what I think?
Apple Bloom, hush and let the big ponies talk.
Okay, there's overprotective done incorrectly, and then there's just being an asshole. And Applejack pretty much walked straight past the lateral line on that one.
What about digging at the ground? You gotta admit, that's weird. What if she's digging for innocent creatures?
I'm sure there's an explanation for everything Zecora does.
And now, how the hell did she do that?
You ponies are being ridiculous. Well, I heard that Zecora eats hay.
You mean to tell me y'all watched her eat? Nah, bro, this shit is just straight up bordering on stalking levels of creepy if it wasn't already.
Pinky, I eat hay. You eat hay.
Yeah, but I heard it's the evil way she eats hay.
How do you eat evilly?
Hey, where's Apple Bloom?
Real creative play on words there, guys.
She went outside.
My mom whenever I step outside for more than 1 second.
Apple Bloom? You get back here right now.
How the hell did both Zecora and Applebloom not step in the poison joke flowers? It looks like there's literally no way around them, and there doesn't appear to be any way they could have switched directions to get on this side harm-free.
Look at zebra and a big tasty stew.
Okay, Pinky, you can stop now. It's getting kind of annoying.
Yeah, back at you, Zecora. You and your
Rainbow, you are trying way too hard to be intimidating, and it's really not working on anybody.
Just like in my song! Evil enchantress with the dances and the trances!
You can stop now. It's lost its charm. Twilight's eyelids are the wrong color. They're dark purple instead of black. Also, she's still me.
You guys, there's no such thing as curses.
Well, that's interesting to hear coming from Miss Magic Pants herself.
How convenient. Dash flies straight through all the poison joke flowers. Like, yeah, I know you don't know what they are at this point in the episode, but even if you did, what is the purpose for that? Also, you've seen Twilight do magic, Dash. Would you describe this as a curse?
It's conjured with potions and incantations, while smoke and mirrors meant to scare.
Listen, Dash, you brought up this conversation to begin with. This is your fault, so you might as well deal with the consequences of asking.
An evil enchantress, she does evil dances. A deep in her eyes, she will put you in trances.
You can stop now.
Then what will she do? Then drink all of you up in a big tasty stew.
Maybe Zecora cursed my hair. Or she cursed my horn.
Yeah, that exists.
None of these books have a cure for this. An illness? An allergy?
A curse?
I said a real reason.
How about this one?
Supernaturals?
Where the hell on that book cover is there anything leading anywhere close to a title?
This book is just a bunch of hooey.
But what if you're wrong, Twilight?
My man really pulled out the Twitter comeback and it's hilarious.
Hey, say it! Don't spray it, Pinky!
Oh. She's trying to save. Ow! Zecora! Oh! She slapped us all with a curse!
With the amount of time she has and will continue to ram her head into a wall, I must ask, how does she not have a concussion? Like, that's a serious question.
Is there something wrong with you?
Took me a second to realize, but there's literally a sound effect that plays when Twilight's horn, flops. Is this episode even trying to be taken seriously anymore?
This is hilarious! Look at all of you! We got Parody, Rainbow Crush, Spitty Pie, Apple Teeny, Flutter Guy, and, I got nothing.
Got you, Spike. Introducing Twidick Sparkle. Penis-like Sparkle? Twidick Erect? Wait, no, that one's not gonna work because the horn isn't erect. Dick-like Sparkle? Penis-dick Sparkle? Yeah, I'm a Spiker, I got nothing.
Twilight Sparkle? I mean, seriously, I can't even work with that.
This is no joke, Spike. Now start looking for more books so I can find a cure.
Okay, you know Spike had to be thinking of some devious shit there. There is literally no way to phrase it. Yeah, no, her neck has to be broken after that.
I think we'll find a cure to this curse at Zecora's place.
It's not a curse.
Can I just ask, why is Dash flying? Like, yeah, she likes flying, but considering the fact that she literally can't right now, why not just walk? Are the poison joke flowers causing you to fly against her will or something? Can they even do that? Like, is standing still and not flying just not an option?
I agree with Dash. We'll go to Zecora's and force her to remove this hex.
It's not a hex either.
Okay, I'm sorry, I cannot take this episode seriously due to Twice Horn. Also, probably a weird place to put this, but considering a joke I made in my What About Discord Everything Wrong With, is this just further proof to back up that penis magic theory? Like, if the horde is out of wreck, the pony is unable to perform magic of any sort? That one's even more justifiable due to the fact that we literally never see Twilight do magic whilst her horn's in this floppy state. Listen, it's weird, but the show itself is implying this. All I'm doing is interpreting the show's own implicitly written lore.
This is all my fault. If I hadn't followed Zecora in the first place, none of this would have happened.
She says, and then goes on her way to meet up with Zecora.
Applejack, please run!
Some pony stepped on her.
Not sure how I feel about the fact that that was the first thing she thought of.
Or sat on her.
Yeah. No matter what I thought earlier, I can assure you this is much worse. Also, considering what you just said, this face is horrible. Are we sure we're still watching a kid's show? Hey, remember that question I literally just asked like a second ago about if we were truly watching a kid's show? Yeah, well now I'm even more unsure about that due to the fact that this is a real animation that actually plays in this episode. Jesus Christ, I only have to wonder what the script looked like.
Rarity's hair! Oh, you ever hear of personal space?
Someone get this bitch on an FBI watch list, Jesus fucking Christ!
Sorry.
Gotta stay here and look for a cure. Toilet Flopple!
Turn around right now, Missy.
It's his face. Yeah, because that looks normal.
Sorry, Applejack, but I'm the big sister now.
Do you see the size of this gap? There is no way AB was able to stretch across it unless she's having a giraffe neck.
Apple Bloom, you come back here right this instant. I'm gonna tell Big Macintosh on you!
Do you really think she can hear you?
Hurry!
There is no way that was the first time she fell. Also, probably a weird place to put this again, but how the hell is she seeing where she's going? Not really, only justifies my last sin forever.
Wait for me!
Okay, seriously, why didn't she just walk?
Rainbow, thanks Celestia.
What? Jesus, this episode is tackling way too much shit at once. First racism, then theater, then technically face-sitting, that one fetish when everyone's a literal fucking giant, and now vor. What's next? For on lesbian sex or something?
I need to get to Zakara's pronto. Giddy up, pony!
Excuse me?
I don't know the name, nor do I want to permanently damage my search history by looking it up, but I'm pretty sure this is a fetish too. A very popular one, I imagine.
What the?
And that does not make it better.
I look horrible.
Look horrible.
Oh my.
You know, I used to always think Pinky was saying, your face looks horrible. I mean, hell, I even made a joke out of it.
I look horrible.
Look horrible.
Oh my.
It was pretty decent for it being 2019. So yeah, you can probably imagine how I felt when I realized it was this place looks horrible. Truly the saddest moment of my life.
She's an evil enchantress and she does evil dances. And if you look deep in her eyes, she will put you in trances. Then what will she do? She'll mix up an evil brew. Then she'll gobble you up in a big tasty stew. So, watch out.
You saw those terrible things. Now do you believe us, Twilight?
Scary looking masks, confusing incantations, and a great big bubbling cauldron? Everything is pointing to Zakora being bad.
God, not you too, Twilight! I thought you were exempt from this racism!
Or what if she's making apple bloom soup? What if she's making apple bloom soup?
You know, I believe that line played twice for the presumable ad break, if the transcript didn't also write it twice.
What if she's making apple bloom soup?
Also, like, just saying, if Apple Bloom was really being held captive, don't you think she would have started trying to scream for help once she heard you guys? Well, I mean, that's under the assumption that y'all didn't immediately assume the worst and assume she was knocked out or something. I'm sorry, one guy's scream mixing of the other three is so outrageously funny for absolutely no reason at all. How did that not injure her? That's fucking glass! Like, seriously, is this bitch indestructible or something? This episode has to be a fucking joke.
You ruined my horn!
I'm sure ruined is the right word.
Apple Bloom.
This motherfucker done deformed this motherfucker's ear and she ain't saying shit about it. Zakora is the true champ here.
Did those silly feelies finally get in your head?
Is it just me or do what is he even called? The black parts of AB's eyes don't look black, they look more grayish for some reason.
Apple bloom, sweetie, you can't just stand there and tell me this isn't a curse.
This isn't a curse.
This plant does not breed wrath. Instead, this plant just wants a laugh.
Well, definitely got one out of me. And I mean, have you seen Twilight's horn?
All our problems are just little jokes it played on us.
Little jokes? Very funny.
Treasures of the native land where I am from. This one speaks hello, and this welcome.
Not welcoming at all, if you ask me.
With lines like that, sometimes I gotta wonder why this isn't called Racism the Episode.
That pot of water wasn't for me.
AB, if your water is green, I seriously gotta be at least a little concerned.
Supernaturals. Natural remedies and cure-alls that are simply super.
Nice.
I'm so sorry, Zecora. I had the answer the whole time, if only I'd bothered to look inside.
Well, I will be removing a sin for the fact she actually apologized, unlike some other episode. I must ask again if this show's even making a remote attempt at being serious. I would assume not, due to the— Also, hold on, this episode's made me realize something. Isn't the entire point of the show centered around getting along with people, even if you don't know them? The example being Twilight in literally the first episode. Yeah, well, this episode literally throws that away until the ending where we get the lesson. This entire episode is spent fearing someone just because you don't understand their actions or who they even are, and they are quite literally shutting her out from society just because she's different, and hell, even misunderstood due to the fact the main six immediately assumes the worst with no real reason to justify that. Cancel me all you want, but nah, that's just complete racism right there. Apology or not, that doesn't quite make it enjoyable now, does it?
Maybe next time you will take a second look and not judge the cover of the book.
Tell that to racist IRL, they'll probably hurl the N-word at you a couple hundred more times.
But whenever Zecora comes to town, all the shops are mysteriously closed.
Yeah, that's gotta be maximum racist right there. I'm not saying why, but you can probably assume.
Look, Rose, how awful! The wicked enchantress has cursed them all. The horror! The horror! Everybody get inside. She's coming. Run, Rose! Run!
Do I even need to say that anymore?
Never judge a book by its cover. Someone may look—
Yeah, I'm sorry, but there is no way in hell those two are alive. Like, seriously, I'm down to say that after this scene, we're seeing their ghosts. That's how fucking serious I am about this. Ah, finally, my horn is erect again.
forever. Your faithful student, Twilight.
Yeah, that's an interesting face.
Hey, where's Applejack?
I'm right here, little sis.
What the hell did she get here? She's nowhere to be seen earlier.
Oh my gosh! I never realized how horrible it is not to be able to talk. I mean, I love talking so much, and when I couldn't talk anymore, my
Grandma Dash is literally me in this scene.